Howdy folks, today we're looking at the American M18 Hellcat Tier 6 tank destroyer, and there she is in all her beauty. Great machine, I really like this thing. So let's have a look at the stats now that we're here in the garage. First things first, ridiculously fast speed, 72 kilometers per hour. The only other thing in the game as fast as that is the T50-2. And while the Hellcat doesn't have the acceleration or the turning speed of the T50-2, that top speed really makes a big difference to how you play this thing. What else does it have going for it? Well, it doesn't have any armour, right? 13 millimeters all around. If you have a look at the Marder 2, which I should remind you all is a German Tier 3 tank destroyer, 3 tiers lower than this, the Marder 2 has double the frontal armour of the Hellcat, and it even has more side and rear armour. Coupled with the fact that Hellcat only has 570 health, if you start getting shot at by heavy tanks, you're going to be dead in 2 shots. So don't get shot at by heavy tanks. So, I mean, those are the downsides. What else is good about this thing? Well, this little baby here, the 90mm AT gun M3. 7.5 rate of fire, pretty good. Relatively good penetration. I mean, that's pretty good for a Tier 6 gun. Respectable amount of damage, 240. It's pretty accurate, 0.35, but there's the sweet spot right there. 1.7 seconds aiming time. This thing is point and shoot. Unfortunately, the turret has the worst traverse, I think, in the game, 16 degrees per second. If you encounter a target popping up in an unexpected sector, pivot the hull. Don't rely on that turret traverse. You'd be sitting there all week waiting for it to track the target. Pivot the hull. Doesn't matter that it throws your aim off because you've only got a 1.7 second aiming time. You will reacquire that target very quickly. So, enough jibber jabber about the stats. Let's see how it performs when we take it out for a spin on Malanovka. Howdy folks, welcome back. Yeah, the Hellcat. As you can see, we're in a Tier 8 game in our Tier 6 tank destroyer. And we're just building up a head of steam here while the scouts go and kill themselves in the middle of the field for no real purpose. And look at the speed that this thing shifts at. Oh, this thing is fast. Now, I may have said that this thing is not a scout, but it can be a scout in a pinch. So, since our scouts have just gone and killed themselves, I'm going to go scout for them. Now, if you're starting on the south side of Malanovka, there are 2 positions you can go for to spot. This one allows you to spot and shoot, because you're close enough to spot them as they come across the swamp.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
And anybody who's dumb enough to go up the road rather than sticking to the woods at the back, and still spot them before you're in their spotting range, which allows you to shoot at them. Now this other bush over here, it doesn't seem like it's that far away, but it really does make a lot of difference. With binoculars, once you're stationary in that bush, you can generally spot them coming all the way up that hill. Whereas from here, you're kind of restricted to the targets with the lower camo ratings coming up the road. If anybody is smarter and they have a decent camo rating, they can go up through the woods at the back and you won't spot them from here. However, oh, there they are. However, if you're sitting in this bush, you have a better chance of catching the guys coming up the woods, but you will be spotted if you shoot by the guys coming up the road. So this is more of the offensive spotting position, and that's more the stealthy spotting position. Now, there's not an awful lot happens here for a while, so I'm just going to speed things up. You'll note that our 2 biggest tanks, the Tiger 2 and the IS-3, are camping the base, and everybody else is going up the hill one by one. Now, I'm heading up to the second bush so I can get a better idea of what's going around there. This King Tiger was actually going up to join the attack up the hill with the Pershing, until the IS-3 talked him into defending the base.
Penetration.
Oh, Type 59. And we hit him and penetrate him twice without causing any damage. Great. So I'll back off just to be safe, but no, he doesn't appear to have seen me. So it's still safe to stay in the bush. Now, this team really are useless. First of all, our two biggest tanks are camping in the base. Successfully defending the base against absolutely nothing. Secondly, this Pershing played a hell of a game, but he's up there alone. And he's killed everything that came up there, but now the two KV-5s are up there as well, and his luck isn't going to last forever. So now the Panther decides to go up and help him. No, too late, son. Same with the KV-1S, and that IS just sits there until they all come down all together and hand him his ass. Well, these guys still sit in the friggin' base. So at this point, I'm sitting here thinking, is it really worth taking a bullet for these you losers? And I'm debating just camping here for the rest of the game and waiting for us to lose. And if nothing else, hopefully this replay is going to show you that even when the odds are stacked against you, you can still make a difference. Okay, that's the moment I was waiting for. That Type 59 is hanging around their base. He's making a run for it. And he's taken that IS with him that I didn't even know was there. So they stop long enough to kill the KV-3. And here they come. Here come all the heavies. Tiger P, 2 KV-5s. IS of there has done absolutely nothing the entire game. It's too late now, pal. If you'd gone up the hill and supported the Pershing, you might not be in this situation. And you guys, you wanted to defend the base? Well, there you go. Defend it. Okay. Now, this is where I get an idea. Now, the Red Indians always used to kill the guy at the back of the column so that his mates didn't realise they were under attack. And that's exactly what I'm going to do here.
Penetration.
Now, if I was shooting at the Type 59, the IS would see it happening.
Enemy is hit.
Okay, I know I tracked him with that shot, so hopefully he's still there. Yep,
Enemy
got him.
armor is destroyed.
Sure enough, that Type 59 hasn't even noticed the IS getting shot at behind him. Now, my second hunch was that looking at the way the battle's going, he's going to come running through the middle of the field rather than go around the top of the hill, and sure enough he does. So I'm just waiting for him to get by. As soon as he's out of line of sight, yep, there goes the IS, trying to run away. The Tiger 2 and the IS-3, well, you got the base defence that you wanted. I hope you enjoy it. But now I'm reasonably safe here. I don't know where the Jagdpanther, the ARL V39 or the Type T29 are, but I've got a pretty good idea where their artillery is, and that's what I'm going to do. There it is. So I put one shot into the Hummel, set him on fire.
They're hit.
But, oh,
Enemy Bruta.
there's the T29, and
The track is
yep,
damaged.
he gets a shot into me. Hummel misses, but I
Enemy
killed him with the
vehicle
second shot.
knocked down.
Now, I cannot take another shot from this T29. You only have 570 health on this thing. I've taken one shot and it's taken off more than half my health. So, my plan is to rush down here to more or less where the artillery was. It's actually over there. And lose that T29. I need to break contact. But I want him to think I'm coming down this way to skulk around and try and cap. Even though that would be incredibly stupid. And now that I've broken contact, and I'm not being spotted anymore, I'm going to use the incredible speed of the Hellcat to get the hell out of there and hopefully sucker that T29 into wasting his time coming down here looking for me. And there he is. Now look, his turret is not turning. He hasn't spotted me. So it appears to have worked. And he's heading off down in the direction he last saw me. So it looks like it worked. And those two tank destroyers have rushed across the field and they're attacking our two heroes, and the IS-3 and the Tiger 2, who camped the base the entire game. And they're spamming for help. Well, yeah, I'll get round to saving your asses in a minute. So, artillery neutralised, T-29 distracted, objective achieved. Let's go back and help defend the base. And the IS-3 is spamming for help. Yeah. I can't be everywhere, pal. Anyway, what's the problem? You wanted to defend the base. Defend the base. So speed things up a little. Aha. I should have killed that Yak Panther. But yeah, the 90mm gun's good, it's just not fantastic.
Enemy is hit.
Tracked the ARL. Come on, second shot, don't miss.
They're knocked out.
Here we go. And somebody kills the Yak Panther. So now we were facing certain defeat. And there's just the T-29 left to deal with. 5 minutes of the game left. And the IS-3 driver has the balls to say, nice team, good job. No, it wasn't a nice team. You guys sucked. So, I have the best view range here. Tell them, wait here guys, I'll go and scout. And they're all, oh, okay, yeah. So off I go. So I say to them, get ready to cross that field. And they go, oh, okay. But apparently whatever language these guys speak, get ready to cross the field means charge. Because they're just going for it. Oh, God's sake, alright. I need to get up there and spot that T-29 before they get themselves killed. Although, to be honest, the T-29 driver wasn't particularly bright either. But again, look at the speed of this thing. It really is phenomenal. Now, I'm not keen on biting another bullet. So wait for my binoculars to light up. And my camo net. There it is. Where's the T-29? Come on, drive into range. There he is. Let's have him. Now I've spotted him, so they know where he is.
Enemy is hit.
I hit him. Somebody else hits him. Oh.
We've just dinged him.
Hit his gun mantle. Third shot. Come on. Straight in the side of the turret. That'll do. That is the M18 Hellcat, Tier 6 tank destroyer, in a Tier 8 game where your team are mostly complete losers and it's still possible to change the outcome. Just came short getting Top Gun. If that shot at the Jag Panther hadn't flown off target, that would have been a Top Gun. And almost all of those shots were extreme range. So it's difficult to complain about the accuracy of the gun. I mean, out of 18 shots fired, 12 hit the target, and they were all at 400 to 500 meter range, except for the Hummel. So that is not a bad gun. That 90mm is a really, really good gun at Tier 6. Not so good at Tier 7 on the T25/2, but it's the real sweet spot on a Tier 6 tank destroyer. And with that amount of speed, you can really get ahead into good positions, undetected, to use that gun to its good advantage. Well, there, experience. It's doubled, obviously, first win of the day. That's what, 1,003, nearly 1,400. It's pretty good. Yeah, the Hellcat. You will enjoy it. It's definitely the sweet spot, in my opinion, of the American turreted tank destroyers. It's not so good until you... After this spot, it's not that good until you research the Top Gun on the T-28 prototype, which looks like being a hell of a grind. So if you do have a Hellcat, or if you're thinking of getting a Hellcat, it's definitely the fun times in the American turreted tank destroyer tree. Can't recommend it enough. It really is a sweet little machine. So that was the M18 Hellcat. I've been the Mighty Jingles. These were my World of Tanks replays. Hope you enjoyed it. Catch you next time.